My name is Chris Winfield. I'm the owner, director, and shipper, whatever, for Winfield Gallery in Carmel, California. I came out to California about 23 years ago. The state was also always a kind of inspiration for me. I didn't realize I'd make it out here. I grew up in the Midwest, but I love being here. I got to meet wonderful artists. I'm inspired by the state because it has so many different facets to it. It's very conservative at one end. On the other end, it's extremely wild. I've got to meet some of the people that did the psychedelic posters I grew up with. People like Mouse and John Thompson, and there's a number of other people that were just people I had seen the work of when I was growing up. The scenery has obviously created an environment where a lot of artists have come out, been totally inspired by the landscape that we have here, and done wonderful paintings. So I handle some of that work actually in the gallery, people that live around here and are inspired that way. Then you have LA, which is another whole cup of tea. You have so many different things that come together in this state. You certainly have an Asian influence that I find fascinating. You have a Mexican community and their influence on the state. And so it's been a melting pot. And one of the things I love about the state is that you can dream out here. You can actually dream and make dreams happen, where I find the East Coast is a little bit more stratified, and you just aren't able to break through certain things unless you're of a certain economic and educational level. Where out here you can do it. And I think that openness gives artists a great degree of liberty to take chances, to do new work, to really interact with the people and the lives. You have a film industry that, in my mind, film is the major medium of this century in terms of art. I don't think people realize that yet, but I think it will become more and more the great art form of this time frame. And I find that you have the surf community that adds color and vibrancy. You have so many different ways of living out here that I think help artists. A situation where people do very, very extraordinary work. You can have somebody like David Laguerre who uses the landscape and kind of looks at it like Italy and works with a kind of very classical orientation. You go from that perspective to the things that are going on in LA with the people like Mr. Brainwash and some of these other people that are just doing great graffiti type things that come out of that kind of counterculture.